we go. This is where the boats would usually be docked. And now it is this thick sheet of ice. And even though it's going to be a fairly warm day today, hitting 0 or even +1 degree, I have really no concerns about the ice across the lake. I still brought along my ice water bailout kit, but more for fun than for anything else. So excited. It's going to be a great hike. 26.4 kilometers. How have I trained for this? By going on walks. Yeah. So physically, I feel fit for this. Definitely the deeper snow on the lake is going to be a challenge. Somebody was kind enough to plow my path all the way to Grand Beach. No, they did not. That would have been too nice. But this is kind of a very nice send-off, I must admit. One of the sights that I love here is just seeing these lonely shacks on the ice. Are they squatters? Do they live here? This is not an ice fishing hut. Here we are, out of the harbor officially, and getting into the deeper snow. Still walking into some tire tracks from trucks and RVs. So it still is. I have a few more steps to take in a comfortable walking stride before I'm forced to slow down. Brought some music along. It's gonna be a party. Let me give you one last view of what goes on around Gimli. Isn't that amazing? Shacks, cars, well, not cars, but trucks. Ice fishing. I assume that once I pass that truck, I'll be completely by myself for the next, well, about 26 kilometers. Bye-bye, Gimli. I'm still fairly close to land, but there's definitely a lot of coyote, I would say coyote tracks. They're not big enough to be wolf, but see. Yeah, I do wonder what these animals do out here. There isn't really a lot of prey out here at the moment as well. Wait a minute. Maybe I should be turning around. Nah! If anything, I'm the predator out here. As you can see, behind me, it's mostly been snow covered. About 6 inches to about 1.5 feet in the higher spots. And here, just now, I have entered a bit of a sort of more exposed ice area, I suppose, as you can see. But what's most interesting is what I'm about to hit. So this block of ice has been my guide actually for the last half an hour or so, ever since I left the harbor area. Another thing that's worth mentioning as I'm here is how much slower my pace actually is. And not because I'm taking my time to enjoy, but because it is difficult to actually lift your legs. Wow. So this is where I'm entering right now, and this is nothing like a smooth walk in the park, I can tell you that. this will definitely slow me down. Help! More animal tracks, more pressure cracks. That can't be good.
I have really no concerns about the ice.
So the next little bit looks actually fairly flat and calm again. I mean, relatively speaking. I don't see any more of the crazy ice wreckage, as I call it, out here. But certainly isn't as smooth as the harbor was. For the last 25 to 30 minutes, I've actually been guided by these two ice blocks right here. This is as prominent as the scenery gets. If this truly is land up ahead, then I'm probably another 2-3 kilometers away from the halfway point, which means I am currently at about 10 kilometers. So things are looking good. My legs are already tired. They definitely feel like they've been worked enough for a day, but I'm really happy to be out here. What I'm faced with right now, which I was hoping wouldn't be the case, is a frozen water supply line. Now, instead of a water bottle, I brought a water bladder with 3 liters of water. I now will have to disconnect the hose, warm it up, and reattach it later. Meanwhile, I can still use the water bladder. It is not frozen because my back has been keeping it warm. But the hose, because it is so thin and exposed, has frozen. So just yet another consideration to make when planning a trip like this. If you've been wondering what it's like to stand in the middle of Lake Winnipeg in the wintertime, here it is. So I've been planning this trip for about a month now, and part of planning has been to try to foresee just about anything that I could encounter along the way. Perhaps the most surprising encounter today so far has been this perfectly groomed dance floor. Just a man, my lady. 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 Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Wow. Have you ever seen anything this pretty before? I mean, 2 slices of a whole grain bread, cheese, salami, smothered in butter. Wow, it's gorgeous. It is only minutes from complete darkness, and all the light that's left comes from this. The sun has now set. It's pitch dark. I'm using my headlamp to look at where I'm going, and my landmarks are still on the horizon, but I'm actually starting to doubt which is which. There's the lit up town, there's the dark. I'm supposed to go to the dark. I feel like I've had 5 kilometers to go for the last 10 or 15 kilometers. It's like that light at the end of the tunnel that just doesn't keep growing. Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be a great trip. It's gonna be beautiful out on the middle of the lake. It's gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be like being on the North Pole. It's pitch dark is what it is. Keep on tripping every 5 steps. Who talked me into this? Worst idea ever. Well, if there's anything that you can count on when you're in the middle of the lake, it's that it's going to be peaceful. It's peaceful, alright. It's like nothing for miles. I've been waiting for the shore to arrive, and nothing for miles. For miles! Oh, this last 5 miles is wait, it was 5 kilometers, now it's 5 miles. Wow, just gives it a show. It's official. I've ran out of jokes. I've run out of steam. And the only thing that has not run out is this remaining 5 kilometers. Oh, well, that ends snow. There's plenty of snow around here. Oh man, to be honest, it looks more like 6 kilometers now. It's been an adventure, and it continues to be an adventure. The scenery has finally started to change. There's light at the end of the tunnel. That was a joke. I don't know where it came from. These last 800 meters have felt like the previous 5 kilometers. Oh, I guess this is it.